Enter a world filled with badasses, speedboats, and bikini babes, and maybe a bad guy that's like a Phantom of the Opera or Mortal Kombat reject.
Darius Rampike.
Welcome to FMV, the new series on my channel where we take a look at FMV games from the golden age of gaming. I'm talking about the age of gaming where, like, movies or interactive television was gonna be a thing. First, let's talk about what is FMV. FMV stands for full motion video. So these are video games that were also just movies. Stuff like Dragon's Lair, stuff like Mad Dog McCree. You've seen a lot of these in arcades in the 80s and 90s. These were almost playable movies, except the gameplay was ass. Absolute garbage. Instead of opting for things like sprites and vectors, FMV games just said, it, we're gonna use video. And at one point, video was going to be the next big thing in gaming. It was gonna be like, why are we gonna just program these when we've already got video? The biggest issue with these games was that the gameplay was incredibly repetitive. It was hardly accurate at all. Like, you would click something or shoot something and it wouldn't even register. On top of it, just slow, clunky, and unplayable most of the time. They relied on you making a split-second decision, choosing left or right, and games like Dragon Lairs were just there to eat quarters. They weren't even there to really be a good game. Fortunately for you, these games are absolutely garbage and contain a goldmine of one-liners, terrible lines, and just overall nonsense. Without a guide in a lot of these games telling you, like, go left, go right, you would just sit there and do the same thing over and over again until you found the right outcome. I guess you would call them interactive movies or interactive television.
You know, interactive television.
Thanks, Hulk Hogan. Because of the format and the style and the time, it is just a perfect storm of terrible. So bad, it's good. It is beautiful how bad it is. Enter Thunder in Paradise. Thunder in Paradise was a show that ran in 1994. It ran for one season, and it starred Hulk Hogan, brother.
You're doing great, bro.
They took the concept of this show and spun it off into a single episode for the Phillips CD-i that was an interactive television game, I guess. Kind of. It's hardly interactive. There's like 3 playable parts, but you'll see. This is one of the most 90s things you will ever see. You could tell Hulk Hogan was just like, I want to be the star, brother. The boat has hyperspeed, and all of these hyperspeed scenes are just the boat in fast forward. It's ridiculous, but amazing. Also, yes, the boat's name is Thunder, brother. The game starts with this kid, Zach, most 90s name ever, just got off a jet ski or something. And, of course, Hulk Hogan is shooting a movie where he's the star.
All right, everybody, that's great. That's a cut. That's a cut. Very nice.
This is kind of the odd, like, plot point here is that they just got done shooting the movie or game that you're about to play, I guess.
Gotta try this out. Remember that Thunder in Paradise episode that we shot? Well, here it is, man.
By the way, our boy Brew right here is wearing a POV hat, which I don't know if it's not from his point of view, so I have no idea why he's wearing the POV hat. The show opens up the same way pretty much every 90s thing opens up that's spy adjacent or, you know, action adjacent. It's a half-naked dude floating in a tank. Oh, and he's absolutely brolic. This is like the healing chamber from Dragon Ball or like Star Wars or something. I don't know why so many of these things use the same trope where it's like, why are they floating? Why are they floating in water? Why do they have to be under the water? They never answer this question, by the way. This is just, he's underwater in this pool, I guess. Hulk Hogan is like some super soldier, of course, so he's getting his memories injected into this like jacked guy who they call the Major.
We're going to compress as much of your memory in as short a time as we can.
Just editing this right now, and I noticed something that I didn't before. This dude who is under the water right now, the tube he's attached to, it's connected right to his junk. I don't know if that's where his charging port is. I don't know if that's where he like gets his firmware upgrades. I guess they're putting Hulk Hogan's thoughts right into his balls. The Major gets overridden by some outside source, so it no longer has Hulk Hogan's memories. It's got some other memory. I don't know. And then they're like, oh no, the Major has his proximity, but
Major's been programmed by an exterior priority order.
But how is that possible?
They just come up with words in this. You could tell like they didn't even know anything about computers. They were just like, memory chip megabyte overload giga drive. Like they're some of the worst computer terms I've ever heard. He gets away, and then Zach is like, oh, I can help. Get out of here, boomer. Like, I know computers.
Uncle Spence, please, I'm the only one who could override the Major's priority orders.
Ow!
With the Neuralink, all we have to do is use these soft guns to deplete the Major's auto defensive.
I also find it funny that the devices in this are called Neuralink. Elon, you played this game before? Zach, you may recognize as JT Lambert from Step by Step. I mean, I never watched Step by Step, but apparently this kid was in Step by Step and also a bunch of episodes of Baywatch. So Zach's gonna save the day using these SOV guns and his Neuralink upload to get to the mega frame gigabyte hard drive and override his proximity orders, or I guess. So Hulk Hogan's name in this is Randolph J. Hurricane Spencer, which is just like a lot of names for a fictional character. So they call him Hurricane. The other guy is Mark Brubaker, and they call him Brew. Like, why does Hulk Hogan get Hurricane and this guy's just like, I don't know, use the first 3 letters of his last name? So they have to go to some island to find the Major. I guess the Major is going after Jessica, or they're going after some girl. I don't know. I didn't pay too much attention there. And in order to get to that island, they gotta take Thunder, brother.
Thunder. Activate shields.
Shields activated, creating matrix for total aggregate immunity.
So Zach is in Thunder and he's trying to convince them, like, let me get to the gunner. I could override the proximity mainframe to use the gunner in my Neuralink.
You Neuralink me into the system, I can monitor, lock, and destroy incoming weaponry and give the drones a bad haircut.
This isn't a video game, Zach.
That's exactly what Zach does, and leads us into the first piece of gameplay here, which is absolute ass. It's your typical, like, light gun, but the things are moving very slowly and oddly. Really terrible gameplay, and it lasts for way too long. So they take Thunder, they get to the island, and guess what's at the island? Just nothing but hot bikini babes. Everywhere. Apparently they just play beach ball on this island. Maybe these bikini babes are native to this island and they just live there year round, playing beach ball and wearing bikinis. I don't know. This whole segment is very much like guy stuff. Stuff guys will like if we put it in the game. Like TV. After the bikini babes, you got the Major just standing there. He's just brolic, oiled up. Maybe he's watching the bikini babes too. He's like, all right. He says nothing the whole time. Doesn't say anything. He's just a robot, I guess.
Time for my protein shake.
After fighting through the incredibly repetitive gameplay of the island, you find out that Jessica's been taken by Darius Rampike.
Darius Rampike.
Who is the main big bad of this series here.
Kelly, where's Jessica?
We tried to stop him, but he took her.
And now you have to go to Darius Rampike's laboratory.
Darius Rampike.
As the Major. Zach shot the Major with his SOV gun and is now in control of the Major. He can control the Major's movements and control how the Major shoots and everything. So he's just in control of this robot, I guess. It makes a lot of sense. It's very, very solid logic throughout all of Thunder in Paradise. After they make it to the laboratory, Darius Rampike is going and transforming using his virtual nightmare or something.
You're pretty handy with that soft gun, kid. Welcome to my virtual nightmare.
To send you into different parts. By the way, all of these are also sound stages, and you could see through half of the buildings. You look through the window, these buildings don't even have a back. They're just totally open on the backside. Once again, probably weren't meant to see that with the resolution, but yeah, take a look. It's right there. You could see through the building. Once you get through Darius Rampike's virtual insanity, shout out to Jamiroquai, by the way, after you fight your way through the laboratory, you are treated with one of the greatest lines ever spoken in a video game.
Can't we handle this like adults, Mr. Poo Poo Pants?
Can't we handle this like adults, Mr. Poo Poo Pants?
Mr. Poo Poo Pants.
I can't think of a better insult, personally. I think that this may be the greatest piece of dialogue ever written.
Darius Rampike.
After saving the day and Hulk Hogan taking all the credit.
You're awesome, dude.
I love you, Zach. You're my hero.
DQ, buddy.
They get an upgrade to the boat.
Now that's firepower, little brother.
They get back to wherever they were shooting the video originally. Bikini babes again, because stuff guys like. I was not able to find a copy of this game. Maybe there's still copies of this game out there. It wasn't a huge game that was really like well received, obviously. It is definitely from an era where they were just like, I don't know what to do with video games, so how about Hulk Hogan riding a speedboat and Bikini Babes? It is hilarious. If you get a chance, watch the whole playthrough of the game if you're willing to sit through an hour of absolute nonsense. But I highly recommend it. And it's for that reason that it is definitely an FM Whee! Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe. Please hit that like button, hit that bell, and leave a comment. Would you play Thunder in Paradise, or what game would you like me to do next?